Internal reaction to a controversial line spoken by Carlito last night on Monday Night Raw has been revealed after a social media backlash leading to some people being upset. Samantha Irvin sets the record straight and reveals that WWE was informed of her decision to resign from the company months beforehand after there were reports suggesting that WWE found out last night before the Monday Night Raw taping. Her replacement, Lillian Garcia, has reflected on returning to WWE after a lengthy hiatus, but just how long is Garcia going to be around for? We have the ratings for Saturday's edition of AEW Collision on TNT, as well as AEW Battle of the Belts 12 on the same network, and WWE reportedly is very happy with CM Punk, with talks over a possible new contract ongoing. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with social media backlash and internal surprise at Carlito's controversial line last night in a backstage segment on Monday Night Raw. Now, Carlito had a controversial line in a backstage segment, and those that Fightful Select have spoken to claim that it wasn't planned. Now, if you didn't see the show last night, during a backstage segment with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, Carlito quipped, "I gotta learn Chinese," after Io Sky and Kairi Sane walked out of frame. Both women are Japanese. In the case of Io, she'd been subjected to go back to China comments from audience members in the past during her tenure on WWE NXT. The line was edited out of all digital clips, with the segment starting after his line. The claim internally from at least one staff member that Fightful spoke to said that the line was not scripted, and those that they had spoken to were in disbelief that it was actually said in the first place. Internally, there were a number in the company that weren't happy it happened. Fightful have not heard of any action or heat on anyone for the situation as of right now. Of course, we get any more details on the reaction, the backlash to this, of course, we'll let you know in a future video. Now, many people are still discussing the shock WWE departure of Samantha Irvin, the now former ring announcer for Monday Night Raw, but she's quickly cleared up a misconception regarding her WWE departure. Of course, Irvin announced that she was leaving WWE on Monday, October 21st, 2024. She did not even ring announce during last night's episode of Monday Night Raw on USA Network. Instead, the returning veteran WWE announcer Lillian Garcia replaced her. Now, on social media, Irvin responded to a tweet citing a report from PW Insider that she had quit only hours before the show. This is actually what she put out. We can get it on the screen right there in a bigger format for you. She simply wrote, quote, "months before Raw," with an asterisk, implying that even though she decided to depart from WWE, nobody was blindsided by the move, suggesting that WWE had months of notice prior to her departure. Now, Samantha Irvin's AEW fiance Ricochet has already claimed that she will not be joining him in All Elite Wrestling. Now, as far as more reaction as to why she decided to depart the company, more reports have suggested why that was the case. Of course, as I mentioned, after 3 years with the company, Samantha Irvin exited WWE on Monday, and it has since been reported that Irvin resigned from the organization after they couldn't come to terms on her doing outside projects, among other factors. In an update, Mike Johnson of PW Insider has reported a key reason behind Irvin's resignation was her schedule, as it meant spending time away from her daughter. A reduced schedule for Irvin was at one point discussed, but those talks never really went anywhere. Irvin's schedule with WWE also made it more difficult for her to work on outside projects, and she had been on the receiving end of increased interest from other parties due to her status as a popular ring announcer. There was also talk amongst WWE talent at Raw that Irvin had asked to move away from ring announcing and become more of a character, but this has not been confirmed. Following her WWE exit, Irvin will not be reportedly looking to jump to All Elite Wrestling, and she is planning to primarily focus on her music career, PW Insider has added. Now, Irvin won't be able to use that name outside of WWE, though, as the company owns the trademark for Samantha Irvin. She, of course, will be able to perform under her real name of Samantha Johnson. Now, her replacement, of course, was the veteran ring announcer Lillian Garcia, and she has reflected on her return to Monday Night Raw. After a few years away, Lillian Garcia has found her way back to WWE once again. The longtime WWE ring announcer returned to the promotion last night, serving as Raw's ring announcer only hours after her predecessor Samantha Irvin announced she would be leaving WWE. While it remains to be seen how long she's going to be back for, Garcia is expected to fill the role for the foreseeable future, and it's easy to see how much it means to Garcia to be back in WWE for a third stint. taken to Instagram after her Raw return with a brief video, and emotional Garcia immediately thanked the fans for the reaction she received upon making her entrance last night. Here's what she had to say.
Well, now you know. Oh my gosh. Guys, did that just happen? Did I just really go back to the WWE after being gone for like 8 years? I mean, I've popped in every now and then, but it's been 8 years since I was the full-time announcer there. And my goodness, when my music hit and I got introduced, the cheers and the applause and the roar that you gave me tonight, thank you. Thank you for that, because I was nervous. I was so nervous. I could even tell when I started announcing that I was nervous. But it is all worth it. It's all worth taking a risk and a gamble and just being excited and just coming back. I just seeing everybody, right? Like between also the WWE superstars, my friends, and reuniting with the crew. I don't know where this is all going, but I'm excited and I am strapping on my seatbelt for that. But Sam, I do want to tell you, I think you're an extraordinary talent. You're unbelievable. And I know it could not have been easy to walk away from here, but I wish you all the success in your music career. I know you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. Okay, but WWE Universe, I look forward to seeing you. I look, forward to signing your autographs and to high-fiving and all of that. All right, I love you. I'm back. I'm back home.
Now, as far as how long she's going to be back for, well, that's a little bit more up for discussion because it remains to be seen just how long-term Garcia is going to be back for. PW Insider is reporting that Garcia is expected to remain in the position for the time being as part of a, quote, extended run as the Raw ring announcer. However, it has not yet been determined whether Garcia will be the permanent replacement for Samantha Irvin and that WWE will make a decision on the matter at some point down the road. Now, one person that could step into the role if Garcia does not continue full-time, at least temporarily, could be Irvin herself. Despite her departure, things remains amicable between Irvin and WWE, with the two sides said to be on good terms. As such, those in WWE haven't ruled out the idea of Irvin returning for a one-off appearance down the road if the situation worked out for both sides. For now, though, the focus will be on Garcia and her third run with WWE. First joining the promotion in 1999, Garcia became the heir apparent for the legendary WWE ring announcer Howard Finkel, holding the position until departing in 2009. Garcia remained on good terms with WWE, however, and eventually returned as the SmackDown ring announcer in 2011. Garcia would continue with the promotion until 2019, but would again return to WWE for one-offs earlier this year, ironically, helping Irvin introduce the King of the Ring match between Gunther and Kofi Kingston. Now let's talk about the ratings for Saturday's edition of AEW Collision on TNT, as well as Battle of the Belts. This past Saturday, fans were offered another 3-hour block of wrestling, the combination of AEW Collision and AEW Battle of the Belts 12. According to data gathered by WrestleNomics, there was an improvement in ratings for the promotion, with Collision bouncing back after having taken the previous week off due to AEW Wrestle Dream. Saturday's episode of Collision brought in 346,000 viewers on average. Battle of the Belts we'll get to in just a second. Collision had a 0.10 in the 18 to 49 demographic. It is estimated that Collision was the fourth highest viewed show on primetime cable for Saturday. The previous episode of Collision took place on October 5th and drew some of the lowest viewership in the show's history, with an average of 269,000 people tuning in. Compared to that, Saturday's episode brought a 29% increase in total viewership, as well as doubling the 18 to 49 rating. Despite retaining a solid amount of the audience, though, when it comes to the following hour, the third hour Battle of Belts did not really fare too well. It drew 304,000 viewers on TNT, scoring a 0.08 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. Despite retaining a solid amount of the audience, following Collision, Saturday's edition of Battle of the Belts brought in the lowest viewership in the history of the specials, which began running quarterly in 2022. The most recent installment took place in July and brought in 308,000 viewers with a 0.9 rating in the key demographic. Together, Collision and Battle of the Belts presented 12 televised matches, including successful title defenses for Mariah May, Kazuchika Okada, and the Blackpool Combat Club. It's unclear if this is is going to be the end for Battle of the Bouts, if it's going to be the final edition of the show, as AEW is set to enter into its new media rights agreement with Warner Bros. Discovery earlier next year, and nothing has been said thus far about the future of Battle of the Bouts. And finally, CM Punk, WWE, reportedly is very happy with the former WWE champion. WWE are said to be very happy with CM Punk since his return to the company last year at Survivor Series War Games in Chicago, Illinois. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select responded to the question of a potential new contract for Punk, explaining, quote, "Well, his current deal isn't even a year old. I'd heard that the two sides were engaged in talks a while back for something more expansive, as things had changed since they abruptly put a deal together. So far, WWE has been very happy with Punk back in the company, and everything has gone really well so far," end quote. Punk, of course, made his shock return to WWE at Survivor Series War Games 2023, only months after being fired from AEW after a backstage altercation at AEW All in London at Wembley Stadium involving himself, Jack Perry, and also allegedly lunging at AEW President and CEO Tony Khan. Despite an injury setback at the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match, he has spent most of the year feuding with Drew McIntyre. He recently won the apparent blow-off match for the rivalry, defeating Drew inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood earlier this month. Reports have Punk heading into a WrestleMania feud with Seth Rollins, although nothing is official and been confirmed as of right now. As far as possible next feuds, it has been rumored he could be facing off against Gunther, but we'll have to wait and see, as Punk is currently on a sabbatical from WWE television after his feud with McIntyre finished. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Reminder, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button. You get your badges, your exclusive emojis. You also get your exclusive members only content such as match rewatch that you can see right there. An example is Mick Foley, Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton at Backlash. There's also the Monday Night Wars rewatch series. We're watching every episode of WCW Nitro and also every episode of WWE Monday Night Raw as they went head to head in the 1990s. We'll be watching all of that. In addition, this week, as we get closer to WWE Crown Jewel next month, we are going to be doing a match rewatch of one of the most infamous matches in recent WWE history, taking place at Crown Jewel in 2018. Yes, we're going to be watching the Brothers of Destruction versus D-Generation X. You're not going to want to miss that. So be sure to join the membership. Click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. And I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.